Well, cops say legalized drugs, and retired judges say legalized drugs because what we've done for the last 6 or 7 decades hasn't worked, and it's getting worse. We know that locking people up is not effective. People have been convinced of the health consequences of smoking cigarettes without having to put a single person in jail.
I worked for U.S. Customs for 22 years as an interdiction pilot. Customs will say that they catch somewhere between 7 and 13 or 14% of drugs coming across the border. When you read in the local newspaper they caught 500 pounds of cocaine, it means 4,500 pounds of cocaine came through the border undetected.
LEAP is a group of former and current law enforcement officers, judges, DEA, FBI agents, etc., that have banded together to end prohibition because we believe that the prohibition of drugs actually causes crime and does nothing to make our streets any safer.
You know, I've got over 3 decades in law enforcement. I spent most of that career on the front lines of the war on drugs. I've been there. I know the harms of the drug war. More drugs, more deadly drugs, more potent drugs, more crime on our streets, more gun battles on our streets, more murders. It's time for a new approach, and the only solution is ending prohibition.
My PIN, that's Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. We're a international nonprofit. Current and former members, narcotics detective, DEA agents, all of us believe that the war on drugs, as it's currently being fought, is a failed policy.
I believe, and we at LEAP believe, that all these drugs, heroin, crack cocaine, methamphetamine, marijuana, have so much potential to do harm to the people that use them that they must be regulated and controlled. And when you institute a policy of prohibition, you have instituted a policy of total deregulation and decontrol of the marketplace. If you want to regulate and control this marketplace, it has to be legal.
It's an American tragedy that a 16-year-old girl can get cocaine tonight in her neighborhood easier than she can get a pack of Marlboros.
I spent 22 years of my life trying to keep drugs out of the U.S. We can't even keep them out of state prisons.